Puducherry, Additional Chief Secretary Home, Mr. Avnish Avasthi, Shri BKSK Komudi, Director General, Bureau of Police Research and Development, senior officers from different wings of police from all over the country, all the delegates, speakers and moderators of the 47th All India Police Science Congress, senior officers of Central Police Organizations, the retired officers from UP Police, guests of the UP Police, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to Lucknow for the 47th All India Police Science Congress and to the new police headquarters of the UP Police. We are delighted to have you all here from across the country. First and foremost, I thank Dr. Kiran Bedi for always being so gracious and prompt in accepting my invitation. Ma'am, we are proud to have you here to flag off the Congress. With such a long and consistent honesty of purpose in your role as a police officer and your courageous commitment to the cause of police reforms, there couldn't be a more befitting choice of chief guest than you. I would like to tell you, ma'am, that during our organizing committee meeting for deciding the chief guest, your name seemed to strike all the members effortlessly and simultaneously and remains till date the only decision that was taken with perfect unanimity. I share this to reiterate and celebrate the stellar and hard-earned reputation that you enjoy in the police fraternity and at large. I remember when I had invited you to address my field officers in CISF a couple of years back when I was leading that organization, how beautifully you motivated them by emphasizing on persistent sense of urgency, having a teamwork at all levels, developing people who can create and communicate visions, and how to have broad-based empowerment. The best tribute to Dr. Kiran Bedi has been the Magsaysay citation, which quotes her saying, "It's tough to go against the wave, but at least you reach where nobody else can." We are so happy to have you here, ma'am. I thank Director General BP R&D for giving us this opportunity to host the Congress. It was a decision taken at the last minute, right at the end of September. But seeing you all here with us, I am glad that UP Police volunteered to step in response to the BP R&D's invitation when the previous host probably expressed their inability to host the Congress. I am proud to say that when I discussed the prospect of hosting this kind of prestigious All India Congress on such a short notice with my team of officers, they swiftly jumped on board and assured me that we would be able to do it despite the tight timeline. I have closely watched them work immensely hard over the last few weeks to ensure that the Congress is fruitful and that you all enjoy a comfortable stay. I thank all the members of the organizing committee for the commitment and enthusiasm with which they prepared for the Congress. I thank the officers at the BP R&D for the timely support they have provided us in ensuring a successful Congress. My connection with the All India Science Congress goes far back. The last time it was hosted here was in 1997. I was AIG training at the time and was a member of the organizing committee tasked with all the running around in preparation of the Congress and also with comparing the program. 22 years later, I stand here awash with nostalgia and so happy to have the chance to welcome the Congress back to UP after a rather long gap. The eagerness to host the Congress was driven by the vision I hold dear for the UP Police and the Indian Police at large, and the direction in which I have tried to propel the UP Police in my tenure as Chief of the Police. This vision is one of a systematized, well-trained, sensitized and technologically robust police force. I am proud to share that UP Police has been able to take some significant strides in fulfillment of this dream, which are dramatically ameliorating our work culture and achievements here in the state, and are also being routinely recognized and rewarded at various national and international fora. While many of the systemic improvements are technologically driven, many are simply an overhauling and simplification of existing procedures. For example, an initiative in progress at the moment is an extensive exercise to reduce the multiplicity of circulars and orders from the DGP office many of which were found mutually contradictory, confusing, archaic, or irrelevant. We are working to condense all the relevant directions and procedures into one concise and contemporary order on every agenda. It is hoped that this simple housekeeping exercise will improve the clarity and confidence of young officers in the field about how they must proceed on various matters. Ma'am, faced with the daunting task of policing, and despite being grossly overstretched due to manpower shortages, the UP Police in last 2 years went about carrying out its mandated duties and obligations with unflinching diligence. The priorities before the UP Police leadership during these 2 years were clearly delineated. Bring about visible improvement in police presence, tone up the service delivery mechanism to enhance the confidence of the complainants, cater especially for the vulnerable sections, make good the personnel shortages, and enforce zero tolerance as regards staff aberration. Women's safety and the nagging meanness of street crime called for focused strategies, and with incidents of terror frequently occurring in many cities around the globe, anti-terror preparedness became an area of critical focus. Our strategy to combat crime was decisively imparted a preventive focus, be it in focused policing, identification of active criminals, and effective surveillance on them, police engagement with such criminals, high visibility of police in localities, intensive checking with an element of surprise, and concerted drive against illicit weapons were consistently emphasized upon. Another major area of focus has been training. The police forces in many parts of the country, including UP, are typically infamous for being poorly trained, insensitive, and unprofessional. It is my firm belief that effective training is a rather force multiplier like no other. We are in the process of constant innovation and redesigning our training modules to enable our force to conduct quality investigations, secure convictions, and conduct itself with professionalism. We are also emphasizing on financial and behavioral themes in training, which can help our jawans and officers manage their personal lives better. Given the difficulty of recalling police personnel for in-service training in such a densely populated, criminally and politically sensitive state, we are laying particular emphasis on the regular dissemination of virtual classes from Lucknow to all the districts. This is ensuring the training is a constant, ongoing activity along with regular duty as it ought to be. Better quality training is being followed up with greater expectations from our personnel on the ground. For instance, it has been a personal endeavor to boost the safety of women and children by paying determined attention to the quality of investigations in crimes against women and children and seeking of convictions in fast-track courts. We expect from our officers now to reduce the dependence on more oral evidences and strengthen their cases by procuring scientific and documentary evidence. In a major shot in the arm for time-bound professional investigation, we recently managed to get sanctioned 18 new forensic labs spread out all over the state. And I must thank my additional Chief Secretary Home who have supported us all through for giving money, and you'll be surprised to know that UP has increased its police budget by 6,500 crores this year. We are working in synergy with administrative authorities, judiciary, the health and social justice departments, etc., to enhance the overall ecosystem of security for women and children. Ma'am, one of the most significant transformations in response time and crime control by the UP Police is attributed to our relatively new emergency response system, popularly known as UP 112. A generous investment of resources for state-of-the-art technology and handpicking the finest officers of the UP Police to design and lead the service has resulted in it becoming one of the most successful emergency response systems. Within just 2 years of its operations, the UP 112 call center has won the 3rd spot of the prestigious Dubai International Call Center Award, competing against 500 emergency helplines from across the world, including the famous 911 service of the United States of America. However, we haven't let ourselves be content with just this. Ma'am, in a one-of-its-kind MOU, experts from the IIT Kanpur will be helping UP Police to leverage the vast amounts of data generated by the calls made at Centralized Police Control Room UP 112. Helpline for Women in Distress Powerline 1090, Trinitra application, which is an online dossier of criminals, and also Crime and Criminal Tracking and Network System, CCTNS, which is used to bring all the FIRs and details of the criminals on one platform across the country. This data will be used to shape predictive policing, about which we have already started working, by analyzing the trends of stress calls coming from a particular area in terms of their timing, nature, and other attributes. We hope that this will help us design permanent solutions for challenges before police in taking precautionary and preventive measures. I share these ideas and initiatives that have worked for the UP Police with a view to help disseminate them in other parts of the country where they may be found relevant in accordance with the spirit of the All India Police Science Congress. This Congress has sought out promising ideas and initiatives of police officers and domain experts from all over the country and will, over the next 2 days, showcase them to you all for their expansion and implementation in different organizations and parts of the country. The 6 themes about which the speaker has already enumerated have been carefully chosen by the BPRND and are of great relevance to the status of present-day policing and its challenges. I am told that there was a resounding response to the BPRND's call for papers, with almost 60 papers received. A specially constituted committee at the BPRND undertook a carefully scrutiny of papers and selected 13 papers for presentations and discussions at the Congress. The authors of these papers have travelled from different places to be here for the Congress and enrich the delegates with their fresh thinking. In addition, moderators who are domain experts in their respective fields have been invited for all the 6 sessions as per their expertise on the different themes. This has been done with a view to further expand our perspectives on the various themes. I am sure that the sessions are going to be rich, engaging, and valuable. I personally look forward to attending as many of the sessions as possible, and particularly look forward to the outcomes from the deliberations of the Congress. I hope the impact of the Congress echoes far beyond these 2 days, giving us an actionable agenda to move forward within our respective roles and capacities in various organizations. My team has worked hard to make you stay comfortable and the Congress's deliberations fruitful. Still, if there is anything we can do to further facilitate you please do bring it to our notice and to our attention. Once again, I welcome all of you and wish that 47th All India Police Science Congress is enriching and memorable for each one of us present here. Thank you.